Hi, everyone. Mr. Hawkins with Hawkins Tech. And we have some leaks and rumors for iOS 27, upcoming iPhone Fold, as well as where is iOS 26.4 RC. This is your Apple recap for March 16th, 2026. Now, Apple surprisingly released a new product. It is the AirPods Max second generation. So the all-new second generation AirPods Max has officially been out. I'm not sure why it just reloaded there. But if we go into it here, the AirPods Max will come out early next month. So it doesn't give us a specific date, but if I would have to guess, probably early April. So if we go into the calendar here, we can expect those AirPods probably around the week, probably Wednesday, April 1st, or Monday, April 6th. I'm not really sure at this point, but we can expect some new AirPods. Now, as far as updates from Apple, we were supposed to get iOS 26.4 RC. If I go into my software update settings, we don't have any iOS 26.4 RC update. We were supposed to get that, and Apple hasn't released it yet. But we can see that update probably tomorrow. They delayed it probably because of the AirPods Max. Also, at April 1st is going to make 50 years since Apple. I might put something on my YouTube community page to celebrate this, as I personally love Apple products. I'm recording this video off of my iPhone 14 that I had for about 1 week, almost 2 weeks. It will be on Thursday since I've had this particular iPhone. Now, as far as iOS 27, well, I will be installing that on my iPhone 12. I will be installing the first developer beta. Normally, I never install developer betas, but since I now have basically two iPhones, my iPhone 14, which is my main device, and my beta testing iPhone, I will be installing iOS 27 rather, but I will also install iOS 26.5 beta 1 as well. So on my iPhone 12, I will be installing the first beta of iOS 27. I will go into the Apple beta software program, but my iPhone is already enrolled in the beta. As you can see, I'm currently running iOS 26.4 beta 4 on this particular device. So I will be running the iOS 26.5 beta 1 on my iPhone 12, and I will also be installing iOS 27. The iPhone 12 is still supported with iOS 27. The only devices that aren't is going to be the iPhone 11, iPhone 11 Pro, iPhone 11 Pro Max, iPhone SE 2nd Gen, as well as potentially the iPad Pro 3rd generation 12.9 inch, as well as the first generation 12 or 11 inch first gen iPad Pro as well. We could also see Apple drop the 2020 iPad Pro with the A12Z chip, the 4th generation model, and the 2nd gen 11 inch. Though this is not certain, I suspect all 2018 iPad Pros, along with the iPhone 11 Pro, Pro Max, and the regular iPhone 11, alongside the iPhone SE 2nd Gen, will be dropped as well. We will have to wait and find out if Apple drops the iPad Pro 4th Gen and 2nd Gen 11-inch model. But for right now, my iPhone 12 is supported, so I will be installing iOS 27 Beta 1 on my iPhone 12 and keeping my iPhone 14 on a stable version of iOS 26. Now, as far as the iPhone Fold, well, we are still getting that probably at the end of the year. Samsung is going to make some of the displays for the iPhone Fold. At first, in the very beginning of hearing about this device, I was a little skeptical about the iPhone Fold, but now I am excited for it to get released. Hopefully, Apple makes a combination of iOS and iPadOS or whatever they're going to call it. I think they're going to call it Fold OS. I'm not really sure at this point because Apple has to make iOS feel more iPad size. Maybe if Apple does this, they're going to drop the iPadOS name and they're going to switch it, keep it as iOS. But if they do that, that will be very confusing for the iPads. So maybe Apple is going to give a new software called Fold OS. Fold OS is going to be specifically for the iPhone Fold. How we have Vision OS for the Apple Vision Pro and Mac OS for the MacBook. Apple could give us what they call Fold OS. And if they do, that will be for the iPhone Fold. It will be a very similar design to iOS, except we're going to have a more larger iOS that will feel or fit on the iPhone Fold, where it will be, when folded, you will have the iOS feel on the front, and when unfolded, it will be sort of like an iPad sort of style. So we can see that probably in September, towards the end of the year. We're still expecting the iPhone 18. So we're expecting the iPhone 18 Pro Max with the new colors of deep red, a coffee color, and a purple color for the iPhone 18. We're also still expecting the iPhone Air, second generation as well. Now, iOS 26.4 was supposed to get released, which I've already mentioned, and we were also supposed to get Siri 2.0 in the update. But it looks like Apple could maybe push that to 26.5, and we can get that in iOS 26.5 and also iOS 27. Now, I was also hoping that we get new Siri voices as well. I do love the current ones that we have, but I do want to get some new voices. I'm currently using the Australian voice, but I would love some new voices. If we do get new voices in iOS 26.5, I will be testing that on my iPhone 12 when I install the first developer beta of iOS 26.5. Now, we can also expect some new iPads. I know we just got the iPad Air M4, but we also are still expecting the iPad mini and the base iPad. While we did get the iPad mini, or not the iPad mini, the M4 iPad Air, along with the MacBook Neo, Apple still hasn't dropped the OLED iPad mini, the iPad mini 8th generation with an OLED display. That we are still expecting, along with the iPad 12th generation. We're expecting the iPad 12th generation to get released as well. We could see that get released probably at the end of the year. It could have the Apple A18 chip and the first iPad to support Apple Intelligence. We can see it probably either in October of this year or probably March of next year. As far as anything else from Apple, well, those are much of the main products we can see. I'm looking forward to iOS 27 because I will be testing Beta 1 on my iPhone 12. Normally, I would not put early betas on any of my devices, but since I have my iPhone 14, I am going to use my old iPhone as an early beta tester, and I won't be installing iOS 27 until it's beta 8 on my iPhone 14, as well as my 2020 iPad Air. So my iPhone 12 is going to get the first developer beta, and I will make a video of iOS 27 as soon as it is officially out. As far as anything else, well, that's it for the Apple recap for the week of March 16th, 2026. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And also follow me on Instagram. My name is Mr. Hawkins with Hawkins Tech, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.